Hey, welcome back to the Maker's Cave. I'm Steve, and today we're going to start out a little philosophical, and that's because it's the beginning of time. Debates have raged that have split family and friends apart. The big important debates like, Peter Pan versus Skippy, Peter Pan. Ford versus Chevy, Ford. Coke versus Pepsi, Coke. And Star Trek versus Star Wars, Star Trek. And the most polarizing and where debates last well into the morning, Marvel versus DC. I am partial, I guess, in movie-wise to Marvel. I think some of the DC movies have been great. The Christian Bale Batman series was very good. Aquaman was good. And the Robert Pattinson Batman, I really like that one. And yes, although the scripts were bad, Ben Affleck's Batman is the worn and torn, fed up Batman. I think he nailed it. I would love to have seen more of him. But let's circle back around to Christian Bale's Dark Knight trilogy as Batman. Hot Toys, and distributed through Sideshow, has a 1/6 Tumbler. That is what is down here. That's right, a 1/6 Tumbler. With lights, I believe it has some sound. I can't wait to get this out of the box and start playing with it, because not only do we have this, but we also have the 1/6 scale Christian Bale Batman from, I believe it is the Dark Knight Rises? I can't remember which one it's but one of the Christian Bales. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's from the very first one, Batman Begins. So I cannot wait to get this out of the box and start playing with it. Oh, and by the way, I never really answered the question on Marvel versus DC. It's a tie. It's a tie. Growing up, I loved Batman and Superman the most. Always had those Mego action figures. But on the Marvel side, it was Iron Man and Spider-Man were my two favorites. So as far as I'm concerned, they're the same. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but it's a tie. I'm not taking a side on it. So let's get unboxing. This is the top layer. Look at that. That's really cool. And what I forgot to mention before is the reason why I'm so excited about this is I like the Tumbler. I like the, my favorite is, of course, the 1966 Batmobile. But after that, it's the Tumbler, because it just seems like something that Batman would drive, not, just beefy and powerful. Look at that, it's really cool. All right, put this aside. Next you have a poster. And on the back, as I'm looking at it, it looks like it's the instruction sheet for putting this together. Oh, you know what, we'll put this over here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to tip this forward for you guys, but bring it back. But there's actual packing straps around the styrofoam. They are taking every precaution they can. There are some pieces right up top here. Looks like there's some of the wings or spoilers. I'll put these over here. Now, how do we take these off? Okay. I wonder if I can, oh, you know what? I'm going to put it on the floor. Ta-da! All right, so. Are we ready? Watch this be upside down. Wait, there's something. It's not coming off with ease. Whoop. Wow. This thing's humongous. Holy mackerel. Oh, the tires are rubber. Here you go. Oh man. So now we need to get this out of the box without damaging it. It is amazingly light. It is, I got to admit, it's not die cast, it is plastic, but still. Okay, there's nothing in here. Stand by for sound. There you go. While we're at it, get rid of these straps. There it is. Wow. Here, let's get you. There's what it looks like from the top. All right, let's put this together. Yeah, real rubber tires. Cool. All right, I guess this is where we're going to have to go and get the instructions. Just one sheet of directions. Assembling the spoilers. Let's just knoll out these pieces so we have them all right here. I've got all the pieces that came with it all knolled out. It looks like there's a right and a left to everything. All right, so step one includes 4 pairs of spoilers. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay. All right, start out, looks like we take the smallest spoiler. It looks pretty simple in directions. They all just snap right in. There's little holes. Goes right in here. And there's a little place for this piston to snap into. Gotta turn it the right way though. This needs some light. So that's the first spoiler on. Now, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let me show you what's a little difficult here. This little piston has 2 nibbly bits on the end, and it goes into like a clevis joint down here. And it's really small, and since everything's all black, it's a little hard to see. All right, that one's in. Now that was the smaller of the spoilers. Now we want the big spoilers. And they pretty much go in the same way as this one did. All right, that one's on. I'll do this side. All right, we've got these 2 spoilers on. 2 more sets to go. I went to move this forward and I really can't, and that's because there are 2 locks in the wheels. Batmobile comes with wheel chocks. Oh, that tells me we probably have some up here. And we do. Oh wow, it rolls really smooth. Let me get the spoilers out of the way. Got this long bar right here. There's a little tube that this slides into. And you just put it into these clips. Oh, here, let me show you up top. Take it out. There's a little bar, there's a little tube in here, acts like a piston. goes in there, and you put one end of the spoiler there, and the other one just snaps right in here. Careful not to break it. There we go. Now we'll just do the same one over here. There you go. That's cool. Now we have one set of spoilers left. Let's see where they go. All right, the spoilers I'm putting on are these ones right here. And they go right in front of the rear wheel. There's little places for them to snap in at. Important note, these are not articulating. Don't try and force these pistons or you will break them. Now for the other side. Here's little holes here and there's a couple little slots. All matches right up. There you go. And like I said, these do not articulate, so don't try and force them, you'll break them. All right, you've got these two little piston things, and they're held on there by magnets. They basically go, and the magnet is right there. I'm going to put the one on the other side. And there's little pistons right here, and they just slide onto there. As a matter of fact, I think maybe I'll put it on here first. There you go. Now they're both on. Next thing you have to put on are these two, steering grips for the inside the cab. So what we'll do is now we're going to open up the cab, which is the exciting part. All right, I'm going to turn this sideways a little bit. And according to the directions, you lift up on this canopy, slide this back, bring this forward like this, push down a little bit, and then this slides back, and then you can see into the canopy. Let's see what we can see here. I think I'm going to use my phone so I can get in there, and I'll splice that in post. So here is the interior. Using my phone to photograph this. And here's where Batman would sit. And just like in the movie, this slides forward. And then those two little pistol grips that we saw before go onto here. Whoops, go onto here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And there's the two pistol grips all installed. And while we're in here, let me show you this. This is his little main console right here. This is his console. And you can flip this forward. And there's the little throttle. All right, I'm going to stick with the phone because it's going to be easier to show you this. Right here is where the battery compartment is, and we're going to use a screwdriver to take this battery compartment off. There's the 3 AA's all installed, and now we'll cover it back up. The battery cover is now back on, and you can see where the power on switch is located there. So I think we're just about ready to power this thing up. So now it's time to turn this on and see what lights up. So I dim the lights here in the cave. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, wow. That is really cool. The lights blow out a little bit in the camera. They blow. But that is really a dramatic effect right there. That is really, really cool. Oh, here, let me, I got the canopy up. Hold on. So there's with the canopy down. And I'm not sure if anything lights up inside. Let's find out. Turn her around so I can see. No, I don't see anything lighting up in the canopy, which I think is kind of unusual. So nothing lights up inside the canopy. All right, let me get the lights back on. Turn this towards you now, and you can see the lights are not so blown out now that you bring the canopy back down. I keep saying canopies in there, but this is the canopy inside is the cockpit, I guess you would call it. So you've got the lights here. There are no lights in the rear. The exhaust does not light up. Okay, there are no brake lights per se. I don't think the original Tumbler had brake lights or anything either. Obviously the headlights work. And we'll open this canopy again. And as you can see, I'm trying to get you some light here. There's a dial here. Okay, and you've got this little computer right here. None of which light up. There's not even an internal light in the cockpit. It's kind of unusual. You figure they would put a small detail like that in. Okay. I still like it. I like it a lot. I mean, my God. The 10-year-old me wishes they had this back in 1975 instead of the little Mego 1966 Batman with the little, Mego action characters. This is absolutely cool. The lights are nice and bright. And you might think I'm disappointed because it doesn't light up in the cockpit, but to me, that's the fun part. Because I think a future video, we're going to do something with all this in here with the screen. Because it's 1/6, I'm getting ahead of myself. Because this is 1/6 scale, maybe you've seen some of my part work videos where we're working on 1/8 vehicles. Those parts are pretty small, so it's hard to really modify them. But this is 1/6 scale, much bigger to work with. I think we're going to be able to add some nice lighting on the interior in here to really spruce this up. Maybe even some sound, but definitely some lighting, because what I'm thinking is a nice red glow in here would look super cool from inside with the canopy down, so the cockpit all glows red. There are some red buttons in here. I don't know if right here are some red buttons. They're just molded and painted red. I think it would be pretty cool is if we actually maybe took those buttons out somehow and made them glow. Right here is a little screw. I keep saying right here. I apologize. Located right here, I said it again, is a little screen. I don't know if we'll be able to light that up or not, but I would really love to make that light up. Let's see, you can't get underneath of it. But if we took this out, we took this disc out somehow, we might be able to light behind it. And again, in here, under somewhere, maybe in the corners, we just put a couple of lights in here to make some ambient glow. I might be able to do that real quick. Let's hold on one sec. Hold that thought.
A few moments later.
All right, it's a little dark in here again. Here's what I did: I made a real quick wiring of 2 LEDs that I put into the cab, and I think again the best way to tell you this, or show you this rather, is with my phone. So I'm going to cut over to this now. Okay, so here it is with the lights all out and the cab lit up with those two LEDs I put up. Let me see if I can get one's right there, and there's another one right there. And look how absolutely cool the interior now looks. Now let's put the canopy down. The canopy is now down, and look at that. How cool is that? Let's see if I can get you new. There's a wire there for the lights. That's going to look really cool with Batman in it. How cool was that with that extra lighting we put in there? It looks a little ugly right now because I just did something really quick. But there's going to be a whole nother, I can see it already. There's going to be a whole other video with lighting this thing. It's adding some extra lighting, extra instrumentation, lighting up the jet engine in the back. I might even add some smoke to this. So, you know, that would be really cool. And maybe we'll offer the modifications made in a simple kit. So if you do get this tumbler, you can do it yourself. Yeah, this is cool. So this is the 1/6 tumbler. This is, oh God, yeah, it's plastic, but it's a 1/6 toy. It looks really cool. At a distance, it looks metal. When you have it up on your shelf or if you're playing with it on the carpet, I like it. I love action figures. I love large scale. 1/6 is my jam. I love 1/6. I can't say enough about this. Oh, one of the lights came off. Now, there are some pros and cons. Well, we know all the pros are, you know, it's 1/6 scale. I mean, you need another one besides that. The two cons that I found when putting this together, or actually I guess it was maybe three, was one, the directions are, once you look at the directions, you're all right. They could have done a little bit better on the detailing. So it took me a few seconds to figure out where some of the parts went, but once I saw it, it's like, oh yeah, that's where it goes. The second thing is the canopy. The canopy, it took me a while to figure out exactly how it slides back. You know, putting it down is pretty easy. You got to lift this straight up, okay? And then you move this up, and then you actually have to push down on this middle here. Okay? It's not the, there you go. And then it slides back. It could have been a little smoother. And the other simple thing is the battery compartment. You didn't see it on film, but I struggled to get the battery compartment back in because once you, it's kind of like a 90-degree or maybe a 45-degree piece of plastic. So when you take it out, it springs out a little bit. So you really got to compress it to put it back in. Minor problems. Otherwise, oh my God. So now we're going to move on to the next part because what's the tumbler without a Batman? So we're going to take the Batman over here, take him out of the box. I'll show you that deluxe edition of the, I think it's the deluxe edition, or it might be the standard. Who cares? Oh, it's a standard edition. But either way, it's a 1/6 scale Christian Bale Batman. And then we're going to put him in here and have some fun. Oh, I'm back. The one other con, they could have put some more lighting in here. It wouldn't have been that hard. I mean, all I did is stick two bright red LEDs in here. It changed the whole look of the cab. And I think they could have done the same thing for the dashboard. They could have made that light up. But then what would we do? Like I said, so I just wanted to come back with that. So that's 4 cons out of 100 pros. Tumbler. The Batman. We're going to get this. Let's get this out of the box. I think I'm so drawn towards Batman is just he's just a regular guy, despite being a billionaire. With some, to quote the Joker, with some really incredible toys. Just willpower and anger. It's amazing what you do with those two things. So here's the box. Sideshow exclusive. And let me tell you, their box art is incredible. Katrina came in and saw that, I don't know where she put it now, but she saw that nice big cardboard portrait. I don't know what she did with it. I think she took it. But she's going to put that in a frame so I can hang it up because that is a beautiful black and white poster, even though it's only supposed to be a protective cover. You know what I feel like? I feel like that again, that 10-year-old me who, and my grandfather just brought me back from Two Guys. That's a local store that was around here, convenience store, long gone now. From buying those Mego action figures. I, at one point, and I remember this, I had the Mego Batman with the removable cowl. I wore out my Batman, so I had more than one. I wish I had kept that, because apparently the ones with the removable cowl are quite sought after. Got a protective cover over them. Is there some tape somewhere? Nope, here it comes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me get him out so I can show you this. I don't know if I'm doing this in the right order or not, but oops, his cape is stuck. Oh my gosh. I thought it was going to be hard plastic, but they've actually put a vinyl costume on top of him. This feels like still blindfolded. This feels okay. So the head is fairly rigid and hard, but this vinyl, you can move it around here. See, it's an actual suit. Oh my gosh. So the 1/6 action figure is really right underneath him, so you can pose him. Oh my God. This is terrific. Oop, he's got some packing under his underarm. Wow. Can I get him to... Oh, well, let me... Oh my God, how cool was that? I'm loving this, and I haven't even gotten to all the accessories yet. Looks like he comes with an extra... Yeah, it looks like he comes with... Oh, where are you at here? An extra utility belt. Let me extricate some of this stuff out of here. Okay, this is the base. There's the base. There's the base. It's got a little stem. It's got a little thing to hold him. I love the cape. The cape has wiring in it, so you can actually pose the cape. Now, some of the other things that it came with. What's in the box? Okay. There is the head. If you want to do it without him as Batman, you can do him as Bruce Wayne, or rather as Batman with his cowl off. And these little things right here. All right, let me get him out of the way so it'll focus. I'll put them all right here. Put them all right here. These are the head. And these are some different expressions that you can put on the cow head. There's also different hands that you can put on the end of his hand. Right now he's got a fist in both of them, but you can switch those out. And they do that so they can hold some accessories, which we'll get to right now. There are actually, as you probably guessed, there's left and right extra hands. Now, this is a little tiny thing. That is a bat bomb. And it also has, looks like 2 batarangs. I think that these might be head gimbals for the other heads. Yeah, I think that's what they are. They're either for the hands or the head extra gimbals. Oh, and there's something here. What is? Oh, this was another mask. Oh, the masks seem to be magnetic. That's why they're sticking to each other. Oh, it's a climbing. This is a climbing harness that you can put on him. You can see right there the climbing harness. I don't think I'm going to be using that because I just like him dressed as Batman. There's how it all goes on him. So we're going to take this open hand, you know, like he's holding something. I guess he could hold the Batarang. Also, here's the other utility belt. I don't think I'm going to have him. I don't think I'm going to have him wearing this one. I like the one that's on here with all the little compartments and everything, like true Batman has. We're going to flip his cape over so you can see the back. The back looks like he's got some kind of communicator and some more bat stuff. I really cannot get over the suit. The suit is just incredible. So let's try and make them look different. I wonder how you can do that. It says you just take, you just take that off. And let's, what do we want here? This looks like a grim looking one. So there you go. Oh, I like that one. It's a mean looking one compared to what was it. Oh, you know what? There you go. There's that one. Here's the Christian Bale pouty lips look. Do not like that one at all. And here is the original one that was in there. And I'm thinking it's going to be that or the other one. Nope, I like that one the best. The original one it came with. I love that. Head comes off. And what we'll do is we will put in the uncowed version of him. There he is with the uncowed Bruce Wayne look. Pretty cool. And that's a fixed, you can't change the faces on this one. This is it. But let's put the Batman head back on. He is really cool. And the articulation and the posturing. It's really well thought out. The knees articulated. The feet are articulated. The arms go out to the side as well as they fold at the elbow and move up. They don't move up all that far on the side simply because of the vinyl suit, but enough to give him a nice, mean-looking pose there. Put the other hand in there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of his batarangs. And let's zoom in again. So I can pose him getting ready to throw a batarang. Pretty cool. And like I said, they come with a little bat bomb. You could probably put that in his hand. And I think that is all. Now let's put him in the Batmobile. All right, Batmobile's back. Let's open the canopy. So we'll bring in our Batman. Get you out a little bit more. There he is, all in the Batmobile. The screen is down, the console's up. If I wanted to, I could put his hands, there you go, on the actual controls. He is ready to go. Now, I don't think I'm going to keep him in here. I think I'm going to keep him either standing, maybe up out of the Batmobile or next to it. First, I got to find a place big enough to display this. Wow, really cool. All right, so I couldn't resist. I had to put the lights back in that I had put in earlier. And look at that. How cool is that in there? Oh my gosh. Let's lower the canopy. And there he is in there through the glass. But nothing's more stunning than that right there. Wow. I told you I'm like a little kid. So I'm going to continue to use my camera because there's a few, I want to show you some of the different features that are on this. You've got all kinds of gadgets in here. You've got real nice detail in here with the shocks. The wheels are articulated. Come around to the side. And those are the wires for the lights I put in. Here's the spoilers. They're all adjustable. Coming around to the passenger side, pretty much the same as the driver's side. Here are some, I'm assuming those might be fuel caps to put some fuel in. And then coming around back, there's a lot of detail back here. You actually have some gauges in here. You've got the exhaust ports where I think I would really like to put maybe some smoke coming out of, or even the tailpipe. The jet engine does not light up, not yet. There are springs in here that actually compress for the suspension. You got the dual rubber wires, and up top, there you go. So there it is, the Tumbler. Can't see it, but with Batman inside it. Some people are complaining that, hey, it's not die cast, it's not metal. I don't care. Look at this. This is really cool. And with some of the things we're going to be doing to it with the lighting, oh man, and the sound, I would love to get that Tumbler sound into here, which not that hard. Like I said, all for a future video for modifications. Not cheap, not expensive. I guess that's opinionated, but I think it was well worth the money I spent. I love it. I love the way I'm going to be able to pose the figure with him, take some pictures. I really would like to take this. It's been really lousy weather here lately, and I wanted to do some of this outside with this, in situ, like out in with the grass and some rocks or whatever on the tarmac, so it would look, like it was really on a city street. But unfortunately, the weather didn't work with me, so you're stuck with me in here. I am not great at unboxings. I take the boxes out like a kid at Christmas, and I sure was. The Batman was fantastic. I love the 1/6 scale figure. And I'd say it, I said it before, say it again, I love the Tumbler. I could keep going and saying that for another hour, but you guys are going to get bored. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this and what the possibilities could be with adding some modifications to it, which is always the fun part. So I'll put a link below to this and to the Batman and anything else that I used here today. The next Sideshow unboxing, which I'm hoping will be coming out soon, is I've got two things. I've got the Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman from Sideshow. It was a pre-order. That's on reserve. That'll be coming in soon. And sometime between now and I think June, the 1/6 scale Back to the Future DeLorean. We're going to be unboxing that. And a lot of people have really said they're disappointed with that because it doesn't have the flux bands, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? And it's plastic. Who cares? We're going to do all those modifications to make that thing light up with the flux bands and everything. That's part of the fun on these is adding your own individual touch to them. I got the deluxe Doc Brown 1/6 scale figure sitting over there. I'm not even touching that until the Back to the Future DeLorean comes in. So, like I said, I did the best unboxing I could, guys, but I got to go play with this now. So, thanks for stopping by the Maker's Cave, and I'll see you at the next build, the next unveiling, the next whatever. Take care.